Welcome back everyone. Here's a quick guide to beat the D.D.O Commander in Ninja Gaiden 4 on hard difficulty. He's fast, aggressive and hits hard, but once you learn his rhythm, he's actually one of the easiest bosses to handle. The key is simple: perfect parries for his normal attacks and blood driven form for his red power attacks. Each stagger gives you a blood essence drop, letting you change straight into your ultimate. So let's break down his phase 1 and phase 2 moves and how to counter each one cleanly. Most of the time, D.D.O Commander opens the fight with a jumping sweep slash. It's quick but surprisingly one of the easiest attacks to parry. The cue to watch for is when he leaps high into the air and hovers for a moment before bringing his blade down. Right before he lands the strike, press either your light or heavy attack, that's square or triangle, to trigger a perfect parry. I recommend using the heavy attack triangle, since right after a perfect parry you can immediately press it again to perform a fatal flash. This not only staggers the commander, giving you a clean window for a full combo, but also guarantees a blood essence drop. And if you have picked up the ultimate guidance skill, you can absorb it right away to almost instantly trigger your ultimate technique and deal massive damage. So that's pretty much the drill for all of his regular attacks. Stay calm, time your parries right before impact, chain into fatal flash for consistent blood essence drops, and use those to keep your ultimate technique rolling throughout the fight. Before we move on to the rest of the regular combos, here's another major punish window and one of the commander's most frequent attacks, his power attack. This one always begins with a red flash from his eyes as he lowers down for a brief moment, then leaps high into the air for a devastating over the head slash. The instant you see the red flash, hold down to activate your blood driven form, wait until he is right above you, then press a light attack to counter and instantly stagger him. From there, follow up with a full string of attacks to deal heavy damage, but make sure to dodge back immediately after your combo. The commander recovers fast, and if you linger too close, he'll chain right into another strike. So as a general rule, always roll out after attacking to reset your position and get ready for his next move. Now coming back to his regular combos, the next attack to watch for is when the commander rushes forward with his sword held horizontally in his right hand pointed straight at you. He'll close the distance quickly and go for a right-sided slash. The cue to look for is when he pulls his sword back and raises it slightly above his shoulder. That's your moment to react. As soon as you see that motion, press triangle to perform a perfect parry, then immediately follow it up with a fatal flash to stagger him and force a blood essence drop. Once he's staggered, land a few solid hits before triggering your ultimate technique to capitalize on the opening and deal massive damage. The next attack is a bit tricky at first because it starts like a fake out. The commander will rush in a few steps, almost like a short slide, then suddenly pause for a moment. He'll kneel down with his sword crossing to the left side and after a short delay, dash in for a wide slash from left to right. It looks fast, but this one's actually an easy parry once you recognize the timing. Just wait until he fully commits to the dash and begins the swing. That's your cue to parry. Follow it up with a fatal flash, a few quick attacks, and then finish with your ultimate technique for maximum punishment. There's also a very quick 4-hit combo that the commander can throw out without much warning. It's fast, unpredictable, and honestly not worth trying to parry. The best move here is to just keep your distance. This is exactly why I mentioned dodging back after every attack. Staying out of range helps you avoid unnecessary damage and keeps you ready to react when he opens himself up again. And that brings us to phase 2, which I personally find much easier compared to the first. As soon as phase 2 begins, the commander starts relying more on his long range power attacks, either a horizontal slash or a vertical one, and most of the time he chains both together. Now each of these slashes leaves behind a trail of electrical energy that bursts after a few seconds, so make sure to stay clear of the blast radius. The key cue to watch for is that his sword remains sheathed and you will see a red flash in his eyes just before he launches the power attacks. They look flashy but they're not too dangerous, and in fact these are some of the best moments to stagger him. As soon as you spot the red flash, assume he's about to fire off one of those long range slashes and activate your blood driven form. Throw your shuriken just before he releases the attack, it will counter perfectly, stun him and open up a clean window to rush in. If the attacks come out too fast, don't panic. Simply dodge the first long range slash to avoid the hit, then hold down to activate your blood driven form for the second one. From there you can close the gap with a quick dash or use flying swallow to instantly move in and start your combo. And occasionally after you break one of his power attacks and go in for a punish, he'll shift into a defensive stance, kneeling slightly with his sword held forward in both hands. Regular attacks won't break this guard, so switch back to your blood driven form and use any attack to shatter his defense before continuing your assault. The next one is a 3-hit combo that starts with a right-sided uppercut followed by a quick white slash and then ends with a power attack. You'll see a red flash, a brief pause, and then he spins into a full sweeping strike. The key here is to react fast. As soon as you recognize this combo starting, hold on to activate your blood-driven form, and the moment that red flash appears, release your shuriken's attack immediately. Don't wait for the sweep to actually start. If you time it right, your counter will connect just before his strike does, staggering him cleanly and giving you a perfect opening for a follow-up combo. The next one is a similar combo where the commander starts by turning to his left and sheathing his sword, letting out a burst of air from the vents on his shoulder. He then performs 2 quick consecutive slashes, sheaths again, follow up with 3 more rapid strikes, and finally goes for a power attack. As usual, you'll see the red flash right before it. He doesn't move much during this combo, maybe just a single step forward. So it's safest to just back away and wait it out. Once you see the final red flash, hold on to activate your blood-driven form, send out your shuriken to counter the power attack. It'll stagger him instantly and give you another clean punish window. And finally, there's a quick 2-hit dash attack. The commander brings his sheath sword forward in his left arm, holding the shaft of the blade. And after a brief delay, he grips the handle with his right hand as he pulls the sword back. He then dashes forward, unsheathes, and performs a slash, immediately repeating the same move a second time. Both of these dashes are really easy to parry. As soon as he closes the distance, press triangle to counter the strike and you'll stagger him instantly. From there, follow up with your fatal flash, collect the blood essence, drop and continue the usual drill, chaining it into your ultimate for a clean finish. And that's the D.D.O Commander down. Once you master the parries and blood-driven counters, he's done for. Drop a like if this helped, subscribe for more Ninja Gaiden for boss guides, and now enjoy the full boss fight.
Prepare yourself! You're mine! Got you! You're dead! You're over! Die! A fine warm-up. Time to finish this.
Still don't stand a chance.
Take this! Prepare yourself!